Everyone, welcome to another journal flip through. Yes, I'm feeling like I am filming a lot of flip throughs these days, but I think some of these journals I started at some point and then only recently finished. So don't feel bad or something if you are not as fast with finishing journals. And yeah, so the journal is the Stillman Birn Alpha series. You can see it here. This is the soft cover. It feels very nice, this journal, and you can see that it's very full. You can see that the pages crinkle once you hit them with watercolors. So this is heavy. I think they labeled this as heavy paper, but they have also the extra heavy one, which is the beta series, and I think I will continue to the same size and format, so soft cover but with the thicker paper next. I do have some other journals, maybe I should use them, but I really enjoyed playing with this. So I know I'm talking more, but I'm talking a bit too much and not showing you as much, but I want to just explain to you that this journal really took, sorry, this bothered me, really took a turn and became something as I was working on it. And yeah, so without further ado, let's get to it. So it started actually, I got kind of into urban sketching, and when I mean I got into urban sketching, I mean I was obsessing over it on YouTube and not really doing it because I don't live in an urban area and I don't get to do a lot of urban sketching in, you know, on, what do you call it? Like in the streets of a city. I could drive and do that, but I don't know. So I don't really do that. I guess I'm not as passionate about it, but more enjoy watching videos. But I kind of found my groove and we'll get to that. So this is where it started. And this was really, I think, my first attempt at some urban sketching. And yeah, that's pretty bad. So I started this journal, you can see, on Sunday, June 25th. So over a year ago. But then I didn't really do anything with it for a few months, and then I started using it again. But that was my original thinking. That was my original like aim for this journal, and that didn't really work out. So I was also doing a lot of like swatching, playing around. Here I had some playtime with, I was wondering if I want to add cobalt blue to my palette, and mixing that a bit. And looking at this, I kind of want to add cobalt blue, I have to say. I don't have it currently in my palette. I have two blues. One is ultramarine, or is it French ultramarine from Schmincke, and then the other one is kind of a mixture. It's a little bit more opaque and almost like a turquoise blue. It's from Old Holland. I'm not sure I love it. I like the color, but it's a bit too opaque for my liking. So I'm thinking maybe it's time to add some cobalt blue. I have a tube of mgrams cobalt blue, which is gorgeous. So I may just add that to my palette. Playtime. There was a lot of like playing around with colors in this journal. Really like loose sketching, all kinds of weird faces. But you will see that eventually this journal kind of gets a more specific identity, I would say. So just sketching, mostly I used here almost exclusively watercolors and pencils and pens and that sort of thing. So again, some playtime. I think these were a few, yes, these are, I ordered a few of the new White Nights shades. They came relatively recently. They came out with a few new shades, and here I was playing with them, and looking at it now, I should probably, this color is beautiful, the ultramarine violet. Lovely. Should probably go back and play with those a bit. I was doing a lot of sketching with flowers, This was an inspiration page using my printables. I think these were actually my first printables. I offer printables on Patreon every month, so I think these were the first ones. This was just playing around, some more flowers, more printables. Here I printed them on transparency, and I really like how that looks. Some more playing around, lots of watercolors, more printable stuff. This was a lot of fun. And can you see this beautiful granulation? It's the magic of watercolors. What can I say? That's one of the things that keep me fascinated with this medium. And you can see that some pages are very unfinished, and I'm okay with that. I mean, I can always go back. Sometimes I do, but I'm okay with not having every single page in my journal be finished and perfect. I doubt that's even possible. Again, just playing with some sketching, some more figures. I really wanted to improve painting faces, but still using watercolors, keeping it very loose and colorful. That's a struggle. It's not easy. Here, this is interesting. I saw someone on YouTube. I'm sorry, I don't remember who, but this was totally not my idea. And she was painting stuff from Henri Matisse. Henri? Sorry, I don't mean to butcher his name, but the French have such a beautiful way of pronouncing everything. So these are basically sketches that I copied from, you can see, from his book. So this is definitely not my original work, but this was so much fun to make. Super different from what I usually do. This is some more stuff, and this was just a joy, like really letting go. I don't know if, I don't even know how I feel about these, but I can tell you that painting them was extremely freeing and fun. So that's also important. And I think from here on, I created all of these in the last couple of months, I would say. So everything till here was done, a page here, a page there, in the course of almost a year. And then the rest of the journal is very recent. So these are the Vicky Boutin watercolors. I guess I did some swatching here, playing around with them. I do like how this is looking, but this is, you know, nothing really. This was for a video that I made about my favorite watercolors. You can see it has two parts. You can see that on my channel. This was some more playtime. And here it starts to get a bit more structured. So here I was actually building my neutrals palette. I have the whole video on my Patreon. It was a fun process because I love playing with watercolors, and that's how my neutrals palette looks like. And this is an exercise. I'm trying to work on reviewing a few of my favorite art books, and I feel like in order to do that I should kind of try at least to follow the exercises in those books, which is not easy for me because I don't know, I have like a built-in aversion to following instructions. I'm a rebel, what can I say? So this is an exercise from this book by Danielle Donaldson. She's a wonderful mixed media and watercolor artist. I think her books are beautiful to look through, and yeah, I was hoping to do at some point a more in-depth review. So this is one of the exercises. And here I started kind of getting into the groove of this journal, which was doing a lot of sketching from my real life, which is not something I have really done till now. So this was a quick sketch of my daughter eating ice cream, and I am not, I wouldn't say I'm the, I wouldn't consider myself really good at sketching, but you know, you have to practice. and I'm combining it with all kinds of like stamps from my stash and stuff. This is another exercise from the Danielle Donaldson book, and then here I was playing with some of her stamps. And here I was sketching, so this is my sketch. This is using some stamps and writing a few lines about every day and trying to do this daily, which kind of worked. So yeah, another sketch. This, I will have a video for this on my channel. Maybe it's already up. This is using the Dina Wakley stencil, which is called, how are you called? Scribbled Faces, and I think it's cute. So this was playing with this. This is another exercise from the Danielle Donaldson book. This was just some loose sketching of flowers in my garden. This was playing with the mermaid markers and these metallic watercolors, which I reviewed on my channel. This was playing with my August printables on Patreon. More playtime with the printables, more playtime with printables, and more playtime with printables. And back to some sketching. I was having a few low days, and this was an exercise, or kind of copying one of the instructions from this book by Jane Davenport, Fabulous Figures. I really love this book. I think it's beautiful. Again, hoping to do a review at some point. There's just not enough hours in the day. Some more Jane Davenport inspired sketches. And this one I did, when did I do this? Yesterday or the day before? And it's kind of a concept I'm working on, and hopefully I want to develop it into a class. So yeah, I really like how it turned out. And then this I finished just yesterday. This was a quick sketch inspired by a photo that my mom sent me of the beach at sunset. And that's it. That's my journal. I hope you enjoyed it. I will leave a link to all the products I mentioned. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. If you have any questions, leave me a comment. And I wish you a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you check my other flip throughs and sketching process, art journaling process if you're interested. Bye bye.